Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verses 42. To have complete control of your mind so that you can put yourself to the work that is the proper place to work in the direction you want to work, and to take it away, the mind, from where it should be taken away. This is like focusing on a thing, or diversions or distractions of mind. They say in our culture that the mind is very naughty. It gets distracted very easily. So to avoid distractions, attractions that are distractions, and to put it on a way that you can properly guide it to the right direction. This in Sanskrit is called sham. So this one of the characteristics of the people in the song of God, where God is singing it to the humanity. And this verse is for the people who are the teachers, basically the philosophical or religious teachers. Here, we must know that most of the Hindu scriptures do not mention the word Hindu or Hinduism. They are the scriptures. These are basic scriptures for the working of mind and society and living, and concern God and humanity like that. So this is one quality. Like those people are qualified to be teachers who have their quality, number one, as where they can direct their mind properly in the where it should be and take it out from where it should not be. Second is senses. The thing is same, but now it comes to senses. Like I am seeing, I am speaking, I am feeling this book, I am listening. The voice of the sound of fan, for example, and all the senses means what the we are receiving the inputs. So these inputs can be like you are having multiple voices. You can focus on one thing. I have so many things to see in my room, but I can see something like I can see these letters and put my mind to it more carefully, and then I will be able to understand this language and see it clearly. So this is mind is also one of the senses. So all the senses I don't need to tell touch, taste, all these things. So the person, this is called dham, means power. Dhamam, and means power, means to direct your uh, faculties of vision, of listening, of taste, of touch, all these senses to where they should be, putting them, and take these away from where they should not be. Like if you are enjoying to listening or seeing something which you should not be listening or seeing, or feeling something, uh, so that is what is done to put that at a proper place where they should be. So we have first quality of the mind to put it, and to take it away, put from the wrong things and put it on the right things. Second quality of the people who qualify to be teachers on the religious or spiritual or any teachers. These are the qualities. Then they will be able to deliver the right guidance or teaching to the world, to the humanity or whatever, even for scientists, even for anyone who, because all of us have some sort of teacher in us. So, like, then the third thing is, then while doing one's duty, always like dharma in this case is that duty. But while doing one's duty, one experiences some type of pain and harms. And that pain and harm or fatigue or injuries in the way of one's duty, rather than causing pain, they should cause happiness. That's great. Like, all types of losses, loss of comfort, loss of pleasure, loss of any material thing, physical injury or mental injury or whatever. It should, rather than causing pain and depression, anxiety, it should call happiness. And they are the ones who are qualified to be the great teachers, who can be like, we have teachers like in Hinduism we have pandits, and they are in the temples, they are sitting there and supposed to be worshipping and delivering good knowledge to people in all types of religion, whether they are Jews or Parsis or Muslims or Christians or even those who are communist people and don't believe in God, but they have their teachers who teach communism to them, that what are the basis of community and all these things. So everything has got teachers and the leaders of that philosophy or things. So all those, they are qualified only for here as per Bhagavad Gita, Song of God, who have such qualities. So now we had the third quality. Now we'll have the fourth quality. And those who keep their mind, wisdom, their sense organs, their body, their uh, eating, their behavior and conduct pure and auspicious. That's great. They follow a decorum of mind, of wisdom, thinking, intelligence, means they control and make it pure and auspicious towards the right things for the benefit of the creatures of God. They use not for bad things. Their senses, their mind, their body, what they eat, how do they behave, they talk, they sit, they stand. I think I should sit a bit straight, right? So that will be better way to sit. That's what, if I don't apply it in my life, it won't be good. So it shouldn't be that relaxing way. Okay, well, fine. Thank you. And then means this here it uses the word soch. That means actually toilet. Means they remove the wrong things, just like we go to toilet to urinate or to defecate, pass stools or urine. So bad things they throw out from their body, uh, of the mind, of their intelligence and wisdom, their senses, which come to bring the senses, bring to them in their body, in their conduct, in their thinking and eating, and in their personality. They keep only pure and right things. Just like in our body, we keep the right things and pass on the wrong things outside in a toilet. Here, exact word used is soch. That means shoch. That means toilet. They toilet away those things and keep only the right things. Like for living, it is very important to detoxify. Means those things are actually toxins. They identify the toxin in their system. They becomes like that they keep the purity with them in their mind, in their thinking and wisdom and intelligence, in their senses, what they receive, in their bodies, in their eating, in their conduct and personality, all things pure, and dirty things, they go out. Naturally, the foul smelling, you must have seen the toilet and the things which everybody carries at all the time. I am also carrying. After some time, I will have to call to go to the all of the natural thing, the pressure one feels. So they should naturally become aware that they have collected something which need to be flushed off their bodies. That's great. Then the next quality is that anyone who may, uh, you know, uh, uh, you know, uh, do speak bad things to the person or does something bad, dishonors them by words or gestures or by any means or even harms. This is, a great thing in Hindu scriptures, which repeatedly say such things that those people, all people, there is God in them and all people are in God, and they should be forgiven for their bad deeds because they are ignorant and they don't know what they are doing. So, thinking that God is in them and they are doing it not consciously, not intentionally because they lack knowledge, and it make sometimes this continent of not fight very viciously against invaders. And this thing is that, like, although you will have the ability to punish those people or to counterattack them or to counter speak against them or harm them, but you don't do it. And this is peace. The like definition that the people are peaceful, they do not, like Mahatma Gandhi says that if somebody slaps person on one face, put the other face, okay, slap me here. This is exact that non-violence policy. That if somebody do violence in words or gestures or physical violence, even if you have the capacity to give back in the same way, do not do it. They do not do it. This is the quality of the teachers actually. Here, this is not the quality of the people who are meant to fight. This is the quality of those who are meant to teach. Like in Hindu religion, the teachers like Pandits and the others, there may be the priests of fathers or churches, fathers and the Molanas or other rabbis and all these things. They, as per this book, may they in their own scriptures they may have different qualities. I'm just thinking of my thing, my thinking. This is understanding. I don't mean any offense to anyone, and they are not. These are not bad qualities. They are good qualities. The next quality, they are very simple and straightforward in their body language, and in their speech, uh, and they do not indulge in deceit, in hiding something, and they do not behave badly, and do not keep a bad feeling of ill will or resentment or revenge against anyone. And they are very simple and straightforward. That's great for teachers. Uh, like they have to teach the people and to impart their knowledge, so themselves they have to, when they give such knowledge, and that in body and language and behavior don't have deceit, and don't loot someone, and don't have some things, a lot of secrets, or hiding some things and speaking something else, masks on the face, do speak something else, think something else, or have ill wills or feeling of revenge or resentments. Be straight and simple forward, be truthful, tell the things very simply. Yes, this is possible. No, this is not possible. Sorry, I don't like it. I like it. And this is what you are doing and saying is not good or good, simple and straightforward, without thinking about much consequences. So, next, the knowledge, even Sanskrit Gyanam. So this is like they have the knowledge of whatever possible. So now at this song of God, this was put into oral traditions and passed on to generation from 5,000 years. And then in written traditions, I think one of the books which is like Bible and Quran, and this is to Hindus, and the other things, though Bhagavad Gita, and must be millions and trillions of books available throughout the world. So, but this is the philosophical, the way of life, and spiritual and religious knowledge. But here they say that one has to have the knowledge of all possible things of which you have need to have knowledge, like history, geography, and all the types of knowledge. Like if we have information technology or space sciences, or like the skills of various types of self defense or whatever, all types of knowledge one should try to acquire. And the basic thing, the most important thing among that is what is one's duty and what is not one's duty. So one should not involve oneself in something which he should not do, and should do the things which one should do, and one should have the knowledge of that. That is Gyan. Now, next is that application of the knowledge. If I have a pen, I know this is pen, and this is the way it writes like that. This is haphazard writing. Now, if there are thousands of languages throughout the world, so I will say, okay, ciao, mercy, bombino, kefalek, nandri. So there are, I can speak little bit, say 20 languages. So, like they say that you have to have that application of that thing. Similarly, you have a principle to like Newton's principle. Gravity is pulling it down, everything, something is falling due to the force, gravitons are there. Now, how this can be applied? This is science, means knowledge. Then you should know how it is applied, whether it is behavioral science, conduction science, your own duty of whatever way, psychology or science in different things, any field. You should, whatever is your field of duty, you should have the knowledge and should have the way how it should be applied. Like I'm a doctor and surgeon, so I should know what medicines and then whom to give, how to diagnose, and which medicine to give, when to operate, when not to operate, how to operate. So all these things, which instrument, how to use it exactly. So these the details of the things one should go into it, and how to do this thing is science. Means one should have the practice and knowledge of science. This the teacher should have the things. Means the not the teacher. Most of the teachers in I think most of the religions places, they are there to gather prestige and power and money in the very beautifully built places of religious places which are well decorated. People come there and hoping that God will help them. They give their gold, ornaments, gems, money, respect, fee items. But here it says that this is okay for them to receive the teachers alms, but then they have to give also. This I had not read earlier. That it puts the duty of the religious or spiritual people not only to take but to give. They have to give also, not to keep taking all the prestige, all the power, all the material things. That is, they have to equally give it away. They get it and they give. They get it, they give. That is great, here. Then there is they have to have the respect for the world as such, whole of the creation, God and knowledge and scriptures and the past and the future. Some people they just keep on speaking against the past. I will tell you my personal example. I was traveling. I worked in Central Hospital, Homs, Libya, for around 5 years, and I was traveling back by air from that Libyan Airlines brings from there to there is a Midway Hotel in Karachi, Pakistan. Then it comes to India, New Delhi. From there, that Pakistan PIA flight at that time, Pakistan International Airways flight. And at that time, that airline flight, I was that was Libyan airline was something the things were not there with them. American had blocked their things due to their activities. Of times, I'm not getting into that. College. I'm a doctor. So what they were PIA flight was taking from Tripoli to that things. It's long back time of I think 87 or 88. So I was sitting, and there were two Pakistanis sitting beside me, and they were, speaking against Hindus, and they didn't know, because from the shape we are actually the same race genetically. So you cannot identify the person is an Indian or Pakistani unless you have the religious marks. So I was reading National Geographic magazine, and they are speaking and speaking. So then they started speaking as Sikhs, and although I'm a Hindu, but I didn't object to them, let them speak. When they started speaking in Sikhs, I asked them, why are you speaking in Sikhs? So they didn't know still my personal things. So they said, Ki, you don't know, they deceived us. They included me also. Because they deceived us. Pakistan supported them for Khalistan movement, and then they deceived us, and then said, okay, you may have a logical reason that they received us, but why you, first of all, I am a doctor, I am Dr. Dewan, I am Indian. So from Dewan also they don't understand, because Dewan is sort of an international uh, title to me, like Ivan, Dewan, that is there in English, Ivan, and in Middle East and Turkish, Diwan, and Diwans is a title which was given by the kings to their people who used to hold their trials. So they still didn't find out. They said, ki, okay, but why were you speaking against Hindus? And they said, ki, like that, they are like that only. They are people who are foolish, they follow bad knowledge and tradition, and they are not good people. They are so speaking very bad language. So I said, okay, you are from Pakistan. I said, ki, uh, how many generations back the people in Pakistan got converted to Islam? They said, okay, you know that. He said ki maybe 5, 6 generations back. I said, then those people before that were what? They said they were Hindus. I said, now the question is that should the ancestors be honored or not? Will you speak bad against your own ancestors? And they were taken back. And by the time that pilot came there, because he heard some conversations going on, and he intervened. And but the thing is, here this scripture is saying that you should have the honor for the things that were happening in the past. This something new order comes, they lose the respect for the past. The past people, whether they were Greeks or Romans, they were the Hindis or Parsis or the tribal people or the old civilization, Egyptian civilization, they had their powers. They lived for thousands of years. They had their treatment ways, the way to live. We need to learn from that. That is what they're saying, that you should believe and respect and devote to truth, and should have the respect for God, for scriptures, and for the things which means here in this thing is called Purans. In Hinduism, what are Purans? They say that these are the stories which have taken place, like the world is destroyed by great floods. So this has happened many times over. I do not know exactly, maybe 7 times the stories are there. So Purans refer to the old systems. They were before that a new world was born, and before the great floods, the old system was there, and before that the old system was there. Before that the old system was there. So these stories, which are considered historical, beyond that, on those old periods, the civilizations, which might have been carried out or imagined or whatever. So you should have some respect, means you should learn from those things. Here it is, Bhagavad Gita says like that. And then you should do these things all with in a natural self, without any stress. So this is the teachers of the people who intend to be the teachers. They need to have these qualities. That is, in Sanskrit, sham means putting your mind where it should be and taking it away where it should not be. Dam means putting your senses where they should be and taking these away where they should not be. Tap means that you follow your duty and be happy if you are injured or hurt because that. Enjoy that hurt. Then you flush away all the bad things from your mind, intelligence, senses, which brings bad thing to you from body, and your eating and knowledge and its conduct. So do it in the right way. Rest of these, just flush these away. Then you don't harm anyone whom even you can harm because they have harmed you or they have disrespected you. Don't disrespect them. If they harmed them, don't harm them back. Just be peaceful and forgive and forget and remain peaceful. This is what is the quality for a teacher. This is Shanti. Shocham Shanti. Uh, Ajarvam. That means that very simple, without any deceit and any bad behavior or resentments and all. Jnanam means all the knowledge of all the science, all types of science, even the present science and the most ancient science and present science, and the possibility of imagination for the future sciences. They try to have the, because they say all the knowledge is existing at all times. You just need to open your mind and the knowledge of the future will flow in. And Vijnana means the science to apply this in your life, in your way, in your conduct, in your practice, in your duty. And Asatyam means that with your devotion and truthfulness, you have faith and devotion and truthful conduct and connection to the knowledge, good knowledge, to the world, to the creation, and to God. Glory to Lord Krishna, glory to Lord Vishnu, and glory to God. We shall see, meet again.